Hey guys, so it is Wednesday, March 30th. And I know it's Wednesday because I have my meetup, my in-person meetup that I do every week now, and that's in about 2 hours. So that's one thing. That's one way to keep track of what days it is in the week if you're self-employed, is find things that you have to remember what day it is. Because it would be really bad if people were going to travel to meet me and then I kind of just completely forgot about the time. So I figure we'll sit out here today. It's not a very windy day, so we shouldn't get very much wind noise into the microphone. Of course, as I say that, the wind picks up a little bit. And since we're going to be out here, I brought some koi food. So we'll feed the koi a little bit, because I do like feeding koi. Koi are like a wonderful thing. Koi are just like, we call them pets without vets. Because it's really cool, like you get to have these koi, and you get to name the koi, and you get to feed the koi. But frankly, if anything really happens to the koi, there's not a whole hell of a lot you can do about it. And that's kind of a nice thing. Like in the modern world, one of the problems with pets nowadays is there's so much you can do with pets. Like when we had Tex and Tonto when they had health issues, I mean, there was literally so much they could do. Like they even had, like for Tonto had that bone cancer at the back of his skull. And theoretically, we could have paid like $20,000 for like this laser precision radiation treatment for the back of the skull. Thankfully, our vet said that's probably a waste of time. But it was like, that's a thing, like with Tex. Tex had so many health problems. That was such an expensive corgi at the end of the day, because there were so many things you could do, all of these different issues and all these cures to the different issues. But that's what's nice with fish. Fish are just there. Fish are there to enjoy. You feed them, and then if anything happens to them, you're kind of sorry about it. But, you know, at the end of the day, what can you do? They're fish. They're fish. We don't have any fish vets around here. But yeah, those are all our little fish right there. Look at those goldfish. Those goldfish now are so massive. Look at that thing. That's a goldfish. When you wonder how big goldfish can grow, that is an actual goldfish right there. Literally, when I bought that goldfish, it was like this big. It was like 3 inches long. Any of the goldfish, like that goldfish, there's a goldfish down there you can barely see. But any of those goldfish, I literally bought them when they were like 3 inches long, and now they were just those massive beasts right there. So yes, if you put a fish in a big enough pond and you give them food, they will grow and grow and grow. But anyways, the big news for the day is this is the first day of the banana diet, my banana island experiment. So I've been ripening my bananas for the last couple of days, and today I've gone full banana. And overall, it is going pretty well, I have to say. So the first thing that I'll say, so basically the idea with this whole banana island is it's a mono diet. So mono diets is where you eat one food for an extended period of time. So with this mono diet, I'm going to be on it most likely 6 or 7 days. I say most likely because basically I'm not trying to be autistic on this. I bought 2 40-pound cases of bananas, and so if I eat 30 bananas a day, there should be about 90 bananas per case, which comes out to 180 bananas, so give or take 6 or 7 days. If I get it done in 5 days, I'm not going to cry, and if it takes 8 days, I probably would cry. Shorter is not a bad thing. Longer, I was like, oh, I need more bananas. But anyways, I got the bananas. I've been ripening them for a few days now. Because the issue is nowadays is you can't buy ripe bananas in the store anymore. Like my wife eats a lot of fruit. She is basically on this raw till 4 diet scheme because of her health issues, and it makes her feel good. It really does make her feel good. And so she buys a lot of bananas, and like sometimes like she'll buy bananas and it'll take like 2 weeks to ripen. So that's the big problem if you go on this whole banana diet thing, is you don't really think about it. Like if you buy 180 bananas and then you gotta just sit there and wait for them to ripen. So we have a little small bathroom in our house that we never use. So I put all the bananas in that room, and I turned on the heater, and they've been heating up. And so yesterday I found that they seem to be getting nice and soft the way that I like them. But they're not brown yet. So theoretically for this banana diet thing, this banana island thing, dogmatically, the dogma of Banana Island is, by golly, by the spaghetti monster, if you're going to be eating these bananas, they better be brown spotted. There better not be any green on that banana, and it better have brown spots. Anything else is simply a sin. It will not do. It is bad for you. It is evil. And of course, as I say, I'm going about this geek. I'm geeking it, right? If you tell me there's a dogma, I'm probably not going to do that. Simply for the fact you said it's... Hey, are you telling me this is dogma? Are you telling me everybody in the community does it this way? Then by golly, I ain't going to do it that way. But why? But everybody does it this way. Exactly. If everybody's doing it that way, it probably means it's wrong. Right? And so basically I went in there yesterday. And I felt the bananas, and they were nice, and they were soft, but they still even had green on them. They weren't even brown spotted. They still had green on them, but they were nice and soft. And so I was having breakfast yesterday morning, and so I took 2 of the bananas, and I cut them up. And when I ate them, they actually tasted better than my wife's brown spotted bananas. So she has brown spotted bananas the way that they're supposed to be, and those tasted like ass. Those tasted like a monkey pooped them out, right? And then I have these bananas that are nice and soft, but they still have green on them, and they don't have brown spots, and I eat them. I'm like, huh, those actually taste pretty good. They're nice, they're sweet, there's a firmness to it without being too mushy. This is how I like my bananas. At which point, my wife and I got into one of the worst arguments we have had in our entire 10.5 years relationship. And as I say, it is either really horrible or really adorable. I will let somebody else decide that, but literally, we got into a massive argument about whether or not the bananas were ready to eat. My motherfucker. And which she basically came down to, dear, I'm going to start eating these bananas tomorrow. I don't give a damn what you do. Right? But so I started that today, and everybody, I got the warning. My wife gave me the warning. Right? Everybody else gave me the warning. You do not eat green bananas. It is evil. It's horrible. Bad things will happen. And now that I have to say, I have eaten 20 of those slightly green bananas today, and I'm actually feeling fine. Feeling good. So I had 10 bananas for breakfast this morning. I had 10 bananas for lunch. And then I'll have 10 bananas after I get done with this. And actually I feel really good. So there's this whole thing like if there's any green on the banana, it's gonna go into your stomach and it's gonna turn into a block. 20 bananas say no. 20 bananas, right? I don't know. Basically, when you're looking at the whole ripeness thing, the issue they talk about is that the types of sugar in the banana change. So when a banana is really green, like what I would consider green, it's very hard and it's almost like a plantain. So it's very, very starchy. It's almost like a potato. And you don't normally eat it then unless you fry it up and a little bit of oil. But then it softens and then those sugars change over and it gets sweeter. So if you eat like really like hard green bananas, I completely understand where that's going to completely screw you up. But at least the bananas that I've been eating, yes, they have green on them, but they're nice, they're soft, they're sweet, they're tasty. I enjoy eating them. And so I haven't had any issues yet, and I don't believe I will have any issues. As far as how hard it is to eat 10 bananas at a time, that was kind of funny because my wife was like, she was telling me like all these recipes I can make, and if this gets difficult, we can do all these different things. And then like I put out my 10 bananas and she went off to the bathroom, and then she's like coming back from the bathroom like talking about the recipes, and then she looks and all the 10 bananas are gone. She's like, what happened to the bananas? I was like, I ate them. She's like, you ate all 10 bananas that quickly? I was like, yep. She's like, what the hell? And as I tell people, I'm an American man. I'm an American man. And if there's one thing American men can do, it's shove crap down their gullets very quickly. Right? So as far as being able to shove 10 bananas down your gullet, I can do it in about 10 minutes. And honestly, I was surprised because there's a lot of mass to 10 bananas. But didn't feel bloated, didn't have any indigestion, just sat there. It takes me like 4 bites to eat a banana. And it goes down good. So again, like I say, I had the 10 bananas in the morning, and then for lunch I was actually hungry. I was hungry early, so about 11:30 I ate the other 10 bananas, and I'm feeling good. There's no bloating in my stomach. There's no indigestion. I burped a couple of times, but like a couple of times, not like I had a lot of burping or anything like that. So as far as all of that is concerned, I'd say it's very good. I was having an issue with a blazing headache, and so I went off and I did a dump run. And surreptitiously, when I did a dump run, because we had stuff that had to go to the dump, I then went to Starbucks because I knew it was a caffeine headache. And so I know I'm supposed to be on a banana island cleanse, but here's the deal. I can either only eat bananas or I can deal with a massive headache. I don't want to deal with both at the exact same time, right? So I went and I got a Starbucks coffee, and literally having the coffee after about a half an hour, the headache went completely away. So it's not from the sugars and the bananas or anything like that. It really was a caffeine headache because I like my coffee. I like my coffee. I told my wife that. I was like, yeah, I went off and got coffee. And then she looked at me and she's like, what? You didn't have any coffee today? And I was like, well, no, because you told me it was a cleanse. You told me, like, I wasn't supposed to have coffee during a cleanse. She was like, yeah, but I didn't think you'd actually do that. I was like, welcome to marriage. Welcome to marriage. It's like my wife specifically says, yeah, you're doing a cleanse. You shouldn't have any coffee. So then I don't have coffee. And then she's like, what? You didn't have coffee? Like, oh, thank God I love her. Thank the spaghetti monster I love her, because she drives me up the wall sometimes, right? But yeah, so once I had the split, once I got done with that, I was fine. I was a little worried. I was feeling a little tired after the exercise routine this morning, again, because I had the headache, and I was feeling tired, and I was feeling a little sad because all I ate was bananas. So I was worried, like, were the bananas really, like, helping me and all that? But then the thing is I do an hour of cardio in the morning, so I've been doing that for a while now. But then yesterday was the first time I added strength training in the afternoon. So being kind of tired and worn out this morning, I'm not really sure if it's really because of the bananas or if it's because yesterday I did two times to the gym. And as to that going into the future, once I had my caffeine, once I had my Starbucks, I actually felt good enough. I just came back from the gym. So as far as do 20 bananas give you enough energy for the day, I mean, they've given me enough energy today to do an hour of elliptical this morning, to do my normal work, to do a dump run, and to go back to the gym for strength training for half an hour. So if that's not enough energy for you, I don't know what the hell is, right? So right now I'm feeling good enough about it. I'm feeling good enough. I'm not really sure what the hell I'm doing. You know, I am sitting there looking at fucking like 160 bananas left, going, what the hell did I get myself into? But I don't really feel like horrible on it. Again, my big problem was I felt tired this morning after the exercise, and I had that blazing headache. Blazing headache went away with caffeine. So I'm a geek. I'm not screwing around with stupid shit. I like my coffee. So I will do my banana coffee cleanse. It'll be a cappuccino banana island or something. So I'll have the coffee in there, and then, like I say, as far as the exercise goes, I think I just have to get more into it. Again, yesterday was the first time I had done double duty on the exercise, so I'm feeling good. I am feeling good. At least at this point, no bad down thing. As far as eating, a massive amount of bananas. It is eating a massive amount of bananas. I was telling my wife this, and then she kind of was not happy about it. The one thing I think about, like, with Banana Island is it's kind of like, the way I look at it is it seems a little bit like the Atkins diet for fruitarians or for vegans. Calm down. Calm the fuck down. Just chill. Just before you scream. And the reason that I say that is because it's the same type of thing where, like with Atkins diet, if you like meat, and you're trying to find a diet, and there's this diet where they say all you do is eat meat, you look at that and go, wow, that is an awesome diet. And as I say, it's awesome for about one day, until you realize what eating only meat is actually like, and then it gets pretty miserable pretty quick. There's nothing sadder than, like, being sad eating bacon, right? And so I kind of feel that, like, a little bit with the bananas, where it's like you look at it, you go, wow, that's gonna be a great diet. I like bananas. I'm gonna just eat bananas. And that seems really good until you've eaten, like, the 15th banana, and you realize you have like 165 more bananas to go. All right. So that's the only thing. It's just like, it looks really good on paper. It looks really good on paper, and then you actually gotta eat 190 or 180 bananas. So we'll see. Like I said, it's just stomaching it, just shoving crap down your gullet. Again, I'm an American male, and if there's one thing American males can do is we can shove crap down our gullets, right? So yeah, that's basically what it is. Now, one thing that I did want to talk about, though, with this whole banana island thing and eating 30 bananas a day. And so a lot of people freak the hell out when they hear 30 bananas a day. 30 bananas a day, right? because a medium-sized banana per Google is about 105 calories. So we got all kinds of different bananas. So I figure whenever I get the bananas, I don't measure them. Again, I'm not getting all autistic on this. What I do is I take a few medium bananas, I take a few large bananas, I take a few small bananas, and then I look at it and go, okay, that about averages out. So if you think about it, like one banana on average is about 100 calories. Then if you eat 30 bananas, that's 3,000 calories. And so people freak the hell out. 3,000 calories, Eli. What's going to happen? I am going to balloon up. And so they talk about it with if you go on the banana island, that some people gain weight and other people lose weight. Now, the reason for this, I would argue, and I think other people argue, is the main problem and why this is because so many people are on these starvation diets, right? Starvation diets are more or less, don't quote me here, is if you try to eat less than 1,500 calories a day. So the idea, with a diet, if you're trying to lose weight, is that you eat fewer calories than you expend. So basically, if you're not very active, what that means is you can't eat very much. And so what a lot of these people on the starvation diet do is they just keep eating less and less and less and less. Here's the problem, right? Calories are what are used in order to do stuff, right? So when I go and I am on the elliptical machine for an hour in the morning, I can do that because I have enough calories in my system. Again, you guys have watched my little geek diet, and a month ago when I started the exercise routine, it was really painful, but basically that was just muscles. That was just muscles being tired. As my muscles have strengthened and I've gotten used to it, I've added more and more and more and more. The problem is a lot of people on these starvation diets, the issue is they are not bringing in enough energy to be able to adequately do much physical in life at all. Right? Because if you're eating 1,500 or less in calories, that is like basic sustenance, right? I think the UN states anything less than 1,600 calories in a day is a starvation diet. So basically, you are eating enough to watch TV, to go to your work, to sit at a computer and look at the computer screen and not really do much of anything at all, right? Because you're just not bringing in enough calories. Well, the problem is if you want to be healthy, if you're not just trying to lose weight, but you're trying to be healthy and lose weight, you need to be able to go out and do exercise. So if you're not eating enough calories to barely be able to wake up in the morning and go to work, then how the hell are you going to have enough calories in your system to go off and do an hour of an elliptical machine? You're not, right? So the idea with this whole like carb loading and all this kind of stuff with these fruit-based diets is they're trying to get you to eat enough fucking calories so that you then have enough energy to go out and do something healthy for your body. I see a horrible thing going on like in the news cycle. So like a month or 2 months ago, there was this horrible thing in the news cycle where there was some report out there talking about how exercise wasn't a good way to lose weight. So you have all these people that are now deciding that really they don't need to exercise at all. What they do is they just need to stop eating so much. But the problem is exercise helps you for so many things. It helps you for stress release. It helps you to frickin' be able to poop. Again, people who exercise poop better. And believe me, when you get to be around 40, pooping is a wonderful thing. Poop! Right? And so exercise has all these things. And so the idea with this carb loading and eat more carb and all that kind of stuff is that you eat this good, relatively healthy food. I mean, again, if you're eating bananas, if you're eating fruit, if you're eating any of this stuff, this is good. It has nutrients in it. It has, you're not eating Big Macs. Eating 3,000 calories of Big Macs isn't great for your system. Eating 3,000 calories of bananas or mangoes or whatever else, it's got a lot of nutrients and all that kind of stuff in your system. So the idea is you finally eat enough calories so that you feel good, so then you can go, and that's if you watch Durian Rider, so that you can then go and you can bike somewhere, or you can hike somewhere, or you can get on a fucking elliptical machine and actually be able to do it. So what I would argue, that's the whole thing with when you carb load or whatever, you're bringing in all these carbs and you're eating so many more calories, is if you're gaining weight initially, that's because you haven't had enough energy in your system to be able to go out there and do exercise and do these things that will make you feel better at the end of the day. And so that's the deal. So, I mean, that is one thing too. It's like, again, and that's where you have to be careful with dogma. fuck. I don't care. I don't care if you're a Christian. I don't care if you're Muslim. I don't care if you're vegan. I don't care if you're paleo. Whatever religion you are, as soon as it's dogma, it's probably wrong. And so that's one of the things you have to be careful about with the dogma of any of this stuff is, again, you have to remember what you're doing it for. If you eat 3,000 calories of fruit and you sit on your ass, you get no more active than you were before. It's simple math. I know some people will probably argue with me on this, but you're probably wrong. It's pretty simple math. If you eat lots and lots of calories, you eat 5,000 calories and then literally sit on your ass, you are going to continue to gain weight. Why? Because you're not burning any energy. And so that's one thing that you do have to think about with this. And that's why I talk about the exercise routine. That's why I talk about travel. That's why I talk about all these other things that go on, is because they all come together, right? And so that's something that you really do have to think about. Because, I mean, if you're going to go into like one of these fruitarian diets, and then you're going to start eating 4,000 calories. Again, if you sit on your ass, you're just going to keep gaining weight, most likely. The idea is you gain a little bit of weight, then you're feeling good, and then you go out and bike ride. And then if you go out and bike ride, then you get some more muscle mass, then you're able to eat a little more, which means you go out and bike ride a little more, which means, oh my golly, now you're actually eating a reasonable amount, and you're going out and you're getting good physical exercise, and you're becoming healthy. Again, this is like that. This is like I say with the whole. It's not about losing weight. It's not about being thin. It's about being healthy. Are you healthy? Again, what I've talked about, like I say, with me losing weight, because right now I'm about somewhere around that 200 thing. I think it was 201. I weighed myself in at 201 this morning. So right about 200, and I'd like to lose about 25 pounds. And again, why do I want to lose 25 pounds? Do I want to lose 25 pounds so I can find me a new girl? No. I love my wife, right? Do I want 25 pounds to impress people or lose 25? No. Why I want to lose 25 pounds is, again, I'm about 40. I talk with a lot of people. I talk with both young people and old people. And here's the thing. I've talked with a lot of old people that have a lot of bad joints. And really, really bad joints. And so you sit there and you talk with doctors, you talk with all these people, and why do you get bad joints? One of the reasons you get bad joints is you have extra weight. Again, if you're constantly carrying extra weight on your frame, and you're not able to support it, it hurts the joints. So the question for me is, okay, when I am 70, how do I want my joints to be? And I would like them to be pretty good. And so if I can take off, like I say, 20, 25 pounds now, that will help my joints later. And for anybody out there about to be a smartass, all I want you to do, before you get a smartass about, oh, it's not going to affect your joints, here's what you do. Go out, get a 25-pound dumbbell, and then carry that around all day. And then you tell me what 25 pounds does to your joints. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what everybody's, the weight doesn't really matter. And again, as I say, all I want you to do, right? You decide. Figure out how much you think you're overweight. Go out, get a set of weights, get some weight. That is that. So if you think you're 10 pounds overweight or 25 pounds overweight or 50 pounds overweight, all I want you to do is get that weight, do something like put it in a backpack or wear it as like a weight belt. Maybe go to a scuba shop and get a weight belt and then carry that around all day. And then at the end of that day, tell me if you think carrying that extra amount of weight makes a damn bit of sense. Again, that's the story that I always say. Like, so after I had my company, right? So when I had all my employees and all that, my nutrition went to hell, and I didn't treat myself very well, and I wound up being 230 pounds. So still in 230 pounds, so I was about 55 pounds overweight, right? And so I decided I need to lose weight. And everybody told me, oh, that's ridiculous. You look good, Eli. There's no reason why you need to lose 55 pounds. And then what was hilarious is right about that time period when I realized how bad a shape I was, is I decided to do a backpacking trip in the Smoky Mountains. So I got my pack and I filled my pack, and my pack was like 50 pounds. My pack was somewhere between 50 to 60 pounds. And when people saw my pack that I was going to carry hiking in the mountains, they're like, oh, that's ridiculous. I can't believe that you're going to go around with like a 55 pound, 60 pound pack, hiking in the mountains. And so when I had a 55 or 60 pound backpack that I was going to hike with, that was absurd. That was ridiculous. I was being stupid. On the other hand, carrying 55 pounds of fat, oh no, that's okay. Oh no, you don't need to do anything about that. It's just like, what the fuck is wrong with people? What's wrong with people? I don't know what's wrong with people. I just do not get it. So, there you go. That is my thought for today. I don't know what time it is now. What time is it? It's about 4:44. This has been kind of short. Wow, I have only been talking for 25 minutes. Well, I probably will keep it a little short today because I have this meetup that I go to, or I run. So I have a meetup where, tech professionals get to come and pick my brain. And that's been going pretty well. This will be my third meetup. So I had one here a couple of weeks ago, had like 6 people show up, and then I did one down, and I did 2 actually in Durham, North Carolina, but I did one for me down in North Carolina, and I had like 8 people show up to that, and then I'm doing one now, one tonight, and I should have like 4 people show up to that. This is a good way to have a small business. If any of you guys, because I know I'm now getting weird vegan people, big weird nutrition people watching these videos. And one thing to think about if any of you guys want to start like little businesses or make a little extra money is, so what I've done on Meetup is I created my little Meetup thing, and then what I do is I charge $5 per person to attend. So for me, I charge money just to make sure they show up. I don't mind basically talking for free. I enjoy talking to people, but I don't want to show up and have nobody come, right? So if people sign up for free and then they don't show up, that sucks. So I charge them $5 just to show up, and they can pick my brain for about 2 hours. But this is something for you guys to be thinking about. Like, if you want to do your own small little business and do like nutrition consulting or banana island consulting or whatever the hell, an easy way you can do it is you can create a meetup, do the meetup every week, and charge people $5 or $10 basically for a group consultation. So for me, like right now, I'm doing this at a local Wegmans. So Wegmans is a grocery store chain in our area. What I like about Wegmans, unlike other grocery store chains, is they have like a buffet, serve yourself buffet type food place. Hot bar, yeah, hot, cold, whatever bar. But then they have a second story, and up on that second story, it's just a huge area with lots and lots and lots and lots of seating. And it's really comfortable seating. It has some nice lighting and all that. So basically, you can just go up there, and you can claim like 2 or 3 or 4 tables, have your own little meeting without having to ask anybody, because it's never full, and go about it that way. So that's basically what I'm doing. So I just go there, however many people show up, I collect $5 a piece. We do our little chit chat, and away we go. So any of you guys, again, thinking about whatever your cause is, Banana Nation, it is something that you guys might think about, because it's been working out for me. Like I say, I don't know, $5 ain't nothing. So what, I had 6 people. So the first one I made $30 off of. The last one I made $40 off of, and this one, I don't know, I'll make $20 or $25 off of. And it's not a bad, that's not bad, right? So, I don't know, again, one of those random things I throw out for you guys to be thinking about. And so that is it. Is there anything else today? No, but I feel good. And like I say, as far as those bananas go, the bananas, I know everybody's like losing their mind about me eating those bananas, but they taste good. I have no issue digesting them. I have been pooping today. I have pooped. It's come out. It's butter poop. It's nice butter poop. That's the other thing. They're like, oh, if it's green, you will have constipation. I don't know. I've had butter poop. I've had nice butter poop today. I have been drinking a lot of water, because there is a lot of sugar in those bananas. And that's one thing, like somebody was asking. They're like, well, aren't you worried about the sugar? And I know the fruitarians talk about, since it's fruit sugar, it doesn't affect your body the same way as normal sugar does, blah, blah, blah. I don't know about that. I don't be a scientist. But again, I figure for a week, I'm not too worried about it. You can put your body through a lot in a week. When I was back in the Army, I knew people that went off to the SEER school, the Survival, Evasion, Resistance, and Escape School for the Army. And those poor bastards. It really is, yeah, when Army teaches you survival, they fucking teach you survival, right? So the human body can survive off of almost anything and very little if need be. Like the people went off to SEER school. I think it was either a 2 or 3 week school, and they would literally lose 20 pounds, 20 fucking pounds in that time frame. So again, like I say, doing this for like a week, I'm not too worried about. The one thing that I will bring up before I do go, though, is I have noticed a lot of vegans out there keep bringing up Furious Pete. Have you seen Furious Pete? I didn't know much about Furious Pete. So Furious Pete apparently was this anorexic guy who then somehow got over anorexia, and then started eating a crap ton of meat, eating very badly, and then got testicular cancer. And vegans seem to like to point him out. And Vegan Gain specifically laughed at him. And it's kind of funny with like the vegan community. Like the vegan community seems to be like, oh yeah, it was really mean to laugh at Furious Pete. But you know, listen, jackasses. And so the one thing that I will say, for any of the vegans out there that bring up Furious Pete, so I hadn't really paid attention to Furious Pete. Like I say, came up on Vegan Gains once. I saw that. Then I saw a few other like these vegan people bring up Furious Pete and kind of talk about, oh yeah, look, he's a meat eater. He hated the whole vegan thing. Look at him, dude, testicular cancer. And then for whatever reason today, I actually went and I watched some of Vegan Pete's videos. And I do have to say, guys, if you're going to use somebody as an example, please just think about not using the literal most extreme that you can find. So if you go and you look at what Vegan Pete eats, basically all of his videos are on these like food challenges where literally I saw one where the hamburger was as big as my chest. Like in order to describe, it's not that the hamburger was as big as my head. It was like as big as my chest. And he sat there and he ate the entire damn hamburger. He went to some place that had donuts and then ate who the fuck knows how many donuts. You know, he orders the biggest pizza and the pizza is as big as the entire pizza oven. And then he eats that. And all I will say to the vegan community is that doesn't really make people want to take you seriously. If you're sitting there and you're pointing out Vegan Pete as something not to do, guess what? I think almost everybody on the planet would agree. It's like you're seeing him just eat all this stuff, and you're like, you know, that's just gluttony at that point. It's just like, eating insane amounts of relatively low quality food. Yeah, no, that's not really even an argument for veganism or against veganism or carnivorism. That's just an argument. Maybe you need to tone down the gluttony a little bit. That would be my thought there. So no, it's come up a lot. Like I said, I've watched some vegan videos and Furious Pete. There's all this stuff like quotes of Furious Pete, and Furious Pete here, and Furious Pete. It's like one of those things that always shows up. And so I figured when I saw Furious Pete, I don't know, he would be like a barbecue aficionado. He would teach you how to make really good hamburgers. Something like that. And then like he had laughed at vegans and then come down with cancer. So somebody that ate what most people would consider a reasonable amount of meat and then came down with cancer and then be like, look! What I was not expecting is somebody who eats like I said, I mean like, I can't even conceive it. I cannot even conceive how he shoves that much food in his gut. Like, I'm saying that I can shove 10 bananas in my gullet and it not being a big deal. And what I'm saying is when I look at the amount of food that this guy is shoving, you're just like, yeah, I don't think anybody on the planet would look at that person and go, hey, I should copy him. You know, I wasn't really sure what diet path I would take, but Furious Pete, I think I have found my soulmate there. I don't, like I say, because even the people that I know that would want to eat that way, even the people that I know, they'll be like, yeah, I just don't know how it physically works. You just look at him just eat this food, and you're like, how does that work? Yeah. So again, Furious Pete, I think, should get some sympathy all the way around. But like holding him up as an example of why veganism is the way to go is just, like I said, I just don't know anybody in the world that would look at Furious Pete and go, that's the way to do it. Not to mention, I will say, if he literally did get over anorexia, and then started eating the way that he seems to be eating, that's still an eating disorder. Right? It's like, okay, I got over not eating enough, and now I'm eating hamburgers the size of people's chest. again, like I said, I think there's more issues going on with Furious Pete than people would like to get into. And so I would just say maybe Furious Pete should just move off the table. Again, like I said, because I listen to everybody, right? I listen to everybody. People that I like, I don't agree with. People that I dislike, sometimes I do agree with. And like I say, this whole Furious Pete thing, the way that Furious Pete comes up in like that whole vegan conversation, I really thought I was gonna watch that and be like, wow. And it was wow. But it was just like, yeah, that boy's got issues. That boy has a truckload of issues. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, So that's all I'll say as far as Vegan Pete is concerned. Or Vegan Pete, Furious Pete is concerned. Yeah, I was watching that. I was just like, I just don't think anybody looks at that and goes, yeah, you know, I've been feeding my family all wrong. All my kids need hamburgers the size of their chests. If it's not as big as my chest, I don't eat it. Yeah, no. But anyways, my wife is in the background. I can't let you see my wife. I purposely keep my wife from the videos. You shall not see her. And now she's giving me an evil look. I'm saying that I don't let them see you in my videos. Cause yeah. As I say, it's none of you. I can talk about banana islands here. I can talk about my fishies. But there are just some things you just don't need to worry about. Actually, I wonder where she's off to. Who knows? None of my business, I suppose. None of my business. Anyways, with that, it is a little late now. It is almost 5 o'clock, so I am going to run off. And I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. We'll be to Banana Island Day 2. Stay tuned.